This is Tokyo Scramble, and this is our Read Manga to Fluent Japanese series. This is lesson 14. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, this is a series where we learn Japanese by reading through a manga, a free manga, also copyright free, that you can learn all about and learn to download from episode 1. You go back to lesson 1 and then meet me back here when you're ready. Alright, so here we go, continuing with Blackjack ni Yoroshiku. This is the first one by Sato Shuho, and let's continue with our lesson. Last time, our two buddies, they were getting tired of looking at naked guys getting surgery all the time, and they wanted to go out with some girls, but they have no money. He can't go. He can't, and he doesn't want to do any, he doesn't want to do that overnight shift anymore. So he says, Muri da yo. Alright, let's continue the conversation. Here we go. Ne. Dekune-kun. That's this guy's name. さっきの教授の嫉妬って何の意味があったのかな。ねえ、Hey, Dekune-kun. Your name, Dekune-kun. Just like a friendly, not like san, it's friendly. さっき, just now. さっきの教授の, the professor just now, 教授, professor. さっきの教授の嫉妬って. So this te, remember it's just putting in quotation marks the previous word. So 嫉妬 is incision, surgery, cutting. Surgery. It's not really surgery, it's the actual act of cutting, the cut, incision made. 嫉妬って何の意味があった? What の意味 meaning があった? What was the purpose? 何の意味があったのかな? I wonder. かな, if you finish anything with a かな, it's kind of like wondering something. So さっきの教授の嫉妬って何の意味があったのかな? I wonder what the point of the professor, making that incision just now was. 噂じゃ、あの教授の手術はいつも皮膚切開だけらしい。噂じゃ. So ja is the same way you would say like in official, in like proper Japanese, you might say something like de wa nai. But when we speak Japanese, this becomes like janai. Janai. This is the same. This ja is basically dewa, but ja. So, uwasa dewa, like according to uwasa, rumors. So, uwasa ja. Uwasa ja. Ano kyoju, that professor. Ano kyoju no, possessive. Shujitsu wa, that professor's surgery is itsumo, always. Hifu is your skin. And then sekkai. Sekkai is the kanji for cut, setsu. And kai, hiraku, or aku, open. So sekkai. Itsumo hifu sekkai dake. Rashi. Rashi, there's like two different types of rashi. One, rashi is, it is said. I've heard that. So in this case, that's the one we're talking about, because we're talking about a rumor. According to rumor, that professor's surgery is always only just cutting of the skin. Dake only. Rashi, that's so I hear. The other usage of rashi is something that is like becoming very like something, like something. For example, like if something's very otokorashi, otoko being like man or male, otokorashi is something that's very manly, something that's like a man would do. Otokorashi. It'd be a compliment. Yeah, it's like maybe being brave or something like that. Or what's another good rashi? I don't know. If someone's not being like themselves, like they usually are, like let's say your teacher's acting kind of strange, you might say like, 今日の先生はなんか先生らしくない。The teacher today, 今日の先生は today's teacher, like the teacher today はなんかいつもの先生らしくない is not, he does something seems wrong. They're らしくない, sensei らしくない, not like himself, not acting like himself. So らし is like to be like something, or can just mean like you've heard something. Similar to so, like we did so in the previous lesson, らし is another, it's a kind of a similar word to that. So, 噂じゃ、あの教授の手術はいつも皮膚切開だけらしい。普段はうなぎの Do you guys know うなぎ? My son now likes to eat うなぎ。解剖実験ばっかしてるって。Okay, so this has both some vocabulary as well as some kind of shortened up spoken Japanese. So let's hit both of those. Fudan. Fudan is like usual, like usually on like a usual day. Fudan. Wa. Fudan wa. Unagi no. That's like a eel. Kaibo is like dissection or like autopsy, like cutting open dead bodies. Kaibo jikken is a experiment. Bakka. So bakka is he's just shortening bakkari. Bakkari. Ri. So if there was a ri, it'd be bakkari, means if you're doing something bakkari, you're doing that same thing over and over and over again, like redundantly almost. So like if I ever get like one of those trail mix bags that if it has M&Ms in it, I'll just eat the M&M bakkari taberu. I'll just only eat like the M&Ms over and over again. I just only eat the M&Ms, only the M&Ms. Or let's say you're I don't know, kids, every time you come home, your kid is playing on the Nintendo or something. It's like, game bakkari yatteru. All he does is just play games, like video games, over and over and over again. So, game bakkari yatteru. So this bakkari shortened sometimes is bakka. This chisaitsu is very important because if you say baka, that just means stupid. So, kaibo jikken bakka shiteru. He's just doing these dissection experiments over and over and over again, endlessly. This again, it's just putting everything in front of that inside quotation marks. So that's what's being said. That's the uwasa. That's the rumor. The uwasa is the rumor now. Okay, let's keep going. Datte 30年間手術メスがない人なんだろう ?30 年間皮膚切開だけ確かに失敗はしてないよね。Oh, let's delete this. No evidence to my terrible handwriting. Alright. Datte, I think we've done this once before in the lesson. It's like, in English, if you're starting out a sentence with like, but, that's what datte is. But, yeah, so, datte, but, 30年間, for 30 years. 手術ミス. a mistake during surgery. Miss it, like mistake, shortened up, miss it, mistake. Ga nai hito. He's never had a mistake. He's a person who's never made a mistake in surgery for 30 years. Nandaro, right? But he's the guy who's never made a mistake in surgery. He's never blown a surgery for 30 years, right? 30年間皮膚切開だけ. So for 30 years, he's only done just the incision, just cutting the skin. 確かに. Yeah, you're right. To something that's 確かに is like you're right, or it's right, you're right. 失敗は, 失敗 is a mistake. 失敗はしてないよね. Yeah, you're right. He's never made a mistake. 30 years, all he's done is just like cut open the skin, just made the first incision. 結局 結局教授であるってことと名医であるかあるかどうかは無関係ってことだな。Sorry, we'll try to read that one more time. 名医であるかどうかは無関係ってことだな。結局 at the end of the day 結局 at the end of the day 教授であるって just being a professor ってことと so this thing, this idea of being a professor to and being a famous doctor, like a famous, maybe a skilled, like a superstar rock star doctor であるかどうか. So かどうか is to be or not. It's the classic to be or not to be, I guess. Whether you are or not. Yeah. どうかは無関係. 関係 is a relationship. 無 is like the negative, like ない. So there's no relationship. ってことだね. て this て puts everything else in quotations. So putting it all together, 結局 at the end of the day, being a professor has nothing to do 無関係 with whether or not あるかどうか you are a this like a rock star doctor, like a famous doctor. That's what it means ってことだな. Jiken. Oops. Oh, come on, man. 実験論文を書いて博士号を取りその後もひたすら研究を続けて論文を量産した人が教授になる. So, 実験, experiment, 論文 is like like a dissertation or like a paper, like an official paper to be published. を書いて, so you write one of those. And 博士号. This one confuses me actually. It confused me quite a bit. This kanji, 博士, it's actually easy to read it as 博士 because it looks like 博士. 博士号. This is おとり. 博士号 is your PhD. So to get your PhD. So you write a dissertation on your experiment and you get your PhD. But 博士, you can read the same kanji as 博士. And 博士 is like a professor. And I mean, it's correct to read both ways, but people only say, they don't say, oh, he's a 博士. No, they say he's a 博士. But I don't know, it doesn't, looking at the kanji, it never looked like hakase to me, but hakase. Hakushigo is your PhD, and hakase, just these first two kanji, is a professor. Sonogo mo. You could also say sono ato mo. I guess they're both correct. So sono ato mo or sonogo mo. ね、どっちが正しいんだろうね。わかんない。If you're Japanese, tell me what you would say. Would you say その後 or その後？その後もひたすら研究を続けて論文を Oh, sorry, I wasn't translating. So after that, ひたすら This is a good word, ひたすら ひたすら is to just go, 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 and don't stop. You just keep doing it. Keep going, keep going. You just keep doing it. So その後もひたすら研究 is research を続けて continue 論文 like more papers, more dissertations, more studies を量 is like amount like an amount of something. Some is like like if I said like zaisan, that would be like your wealth. Like san is like your something you've produced of value. Yeah. So ryo-san is to produce something in great amounts. So like you mass produce things, right? Like you mass produce a car or something like that. Ryo-san shita. So 論文を量産した someone who was mass producing these papers した人教授になる They're the ones that become the professors. 実験論文を書いて博士号を取りその後その後もひたすら研究を続けて論文を量産した人が教授になる患者のために病院の中を走り回り腕を磨き続けた人は教授になれない。So 患者 is the patients. 患者のために for the sake of the patients. 病院の中 inside all over throughout the hospital の中を走り回りと走る is to run and 回る is to go around. So running around, like it's the same thing in English, to run around. So we still don't know the subject yet. The subject still hasn't come, so we'll get there. We're almost there. We're mid-sentence. For the sake of the patient around all over the hospital, running around, 腕を磨き 腕を磨く So 腕 means your arm, right? But 腕を磨くit means literally to like polish your arm, but your arm is always, I mean, not always, but it usually refers to your skill. So you can say, you know, like 腕を磨く is to brush up on your skill, but like 腕がない人 is like someone who like doesn't really have any skill, or like sometimes you'll just see people. Sorry, I can't have a video camera on me right now, but like if you ever see a Japanese person like kind of like looking at you and like tapping their arm, like their forearm area, they're trying to say like, yeah, I got skills, because that's their ude. They'll like tap their lower arm, like below in between their wrist and the elbow. Sorry, I don't have the camera on, but like ude, yeah. So it always refers to your skill. So 腕を磨き続けた continued to brush up on their skills 人は, we finally have a subject. 教授になれない. They can't become professors. So, working backwards, the people who are running around all over the hospital, brushing up their skills, 続けた, continue brushing up their skills for the sake of the patients, cannot become, なれない, they cannot become professors. That doesn't seem fair. Demo sa. He's just protesting. Demo sa. Like, come on, man. But. もしも腕に腕自信ないなら嫉妬なんてしなきゃいいじゃないか。だって教授だよ。きっと何か意味があって。でもさ、but I mean, come on. And he says, もしも like if you don't, if 腕に自信ない。So 腕, your skill, it's just your arm, but he's basically referring to your skill. 自信ない with if you don't have confidence. なら if you don't have confidence in your skills, 嫉妬なんてしなきゃ。So being the surgeon, like doing the surgery, making those cuts, 嫉妬なんてしなきゃ. You don't have to. Just don't do it. いいじゃないか. So he's just saying, like, if you don't have confidence in your skills, then いいじゃん. That's okay. Then you just don't have to do the surgery. Then don't do the surgery. What's wrong with that? And he's saying, だって. Remember だって from earlier? But 教授だよ. He's a professor. きっと there must be 何か something 意味があって So there's got to be some kind of meaning to that. I mean, he's the professor. He's a professor. And he's just saying, like, no, if he doesn't feel comfortable doing surgery, then fine. That's okay. いいじゃん. What's wrong with that? We'll go a little bit further. この場合は金だ. In this case, it's the money. This case, この場合は金だ. It's the money. And they're like, huh? Somebody's talking. Kyoju wa. Oops, sorry. Let's try that one more time. Kyoju wa 患者の家族から100万ほど受け取っている。家族からすれば天下の永大教授に頼めば安心だと思ったんだろう。That's a long sentence, but let's like work through it. It's not super difficult. So, 教授は so the professor 患者の家族 so the patient's family 家族患者の家族から from the patient's family 100万ほど about 100万 100万 that's like you have to add a lot of zeros. What, like 10 million yen or something like that? 受け取っている is there 受ける is to receive and 取る is to take. So to 受け取る is to like kind of like take something from or receive something from someone. they're basically getting a lot. That's a lot of money. 100万is a lot of money. Yeah, 100万is like USD. I mean, if the exchange rate was 100 yen to like 100 yen to $1, 100万would be like 10,000 USD. So $10,000. With the exchange rate now, it's like not that much. It's not 10,000. The exchange rate is awful. Anyways, 家族からすれば. So this is kind of an interesting phrase. So 家族から, so from the family. すれば. すれば is just the if form of する, like すれば, to do. But all it means is like, it's kind of like if you look at it from the family's point of view, from their position. But like, so from the family's point of view, kind of すれば, if you're to look at it from the family's point of view is what this means. But 家族からすれば, 天下の英大教授に頼めば安心だ. So if you were to request this 天下の英大教授, 安心, you can feel at ease, you can feel assured. 天下, literally, I mean, if you look at the kanji, 10 is like heaven and ka is under. So 天下 is under heaven. It literally just means everything under heaven, like the world. I mean, it means the world, but in this case, 天下の英大教授 would be like this world class, like the doctor on the world level, I guess is kind of what it means, 天下. That's a hard, why does 天下 mean that? It just means like everything under the heavens, but like it's a good thing, like a high status, like, yeah, anyways. 頼めば安心だと思ったんだろう. So they probably figured, だろう. Probably that's what they figured. That's what 思った. That's probably what they figured. So 家族からすれば, from the family's point of view, this is like the 英大, 英六大 university professor. This world-renowned professor. And if we ask him, that's a big relief. That's probably what they thought. あなたはさっきの一人のyou あなたは you are さっきの from earlier 一人 a surgeon の and then he introduces himself. 第一外科の白鳥高久だ. 君たち二人の指導医をやらせてもらうことになっている. 第一外科. So this is the division, the first area, first division. Gekka is like, how did I define that earlier? That's where like the surgeries and stuff happen though. So Daiichi Gekka, the first one, number one division one surgery ward. No. Shiratori, this is his last name. Takahisa, that's his first name. Da. Kimitachi, you guys. 二人 two people 二人の指導医 指導 is instruction, like instruction or teaching somebody something. So 指導医 doctor, I'll be your instructor doctor をやらせてもらう. Instead of saying やる to do something, you can say like a really formal way to say something is so yaraseru is to make someone do something, and then to yarasete morao is to be allowed to let someone do something. Like moraimasu, to receive something. So a really formal structure, like a formal way to like structure something, to be very formal is like yarasete itadakimasu or sasete itadakimasu. A lot of times if you're listening to formal Japanese speech, you'll hear that fall at the end of a lot of sentences. Like, go annai sasete itadakimasu, or I don't know, they might just say like, go annai itashimasu, I don't know. But, nantoka sasete itadakimasu, nantoka yarasete itadakimasu, meaning, I will itadakimasu, humbly allow myself to be allowed to do something by you. But in this case, yarasete morao. Morao is the less formal version of itadaku, and it's the short form. So it's not, he's being professional, but it's not really like keigo. He's not like speaking up to somebody. He sounds professional. Yarasete morao. So, shidoi wo yarasete morao koto ni natteru. It has become the case, it is the case, or it has become, the situation has become the case that I will be the one to be your two's instructor, doctor. Okay? Let's see, I think I'm going to leave it there today. Yeah, we'll leave it there today. As always, if you guys have any questions, like leave the questions in the comments. I'm always more than happy to answer. I realized I haven't been updating the word and grammar points and stuff sheet, but I have made one for this lesson, so please check that out. When I get some time, I'll try to go back and make the grammar and word list for previous lessons. I missed a couple. Yeah, that's it for today. So it's Blackjack ni Yoroshiku by Sato Shuho, and good luck with your studies. I'll see you next time. Tokyo Scramble out.